Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to dive into all the costs involved in my building that I posted in my first video. I'm going to break everything down from the 3D design phase all the way to the estimate, also known as the BOQ, and the actual cost and some actual pictures of the building after completion. I'm going to share my screen with you guys and show you guys the design phase, which includes all the rooms, bathrooms, living rooms, office, gym, balconies, everything involved in the house. I do believe that I have to start from there so you guys have an idea as to the space that we are talking about in relative to the cost that I'm going to share later. So let's dive into the 3D.
Yes, this 3D definitely helped in coming up with a plan and knowing all the sizes for the windows and the doors and all that stuff. And that's how they came up with the BOQ, which is coming up soon, bill of quantities. Well, let's start with where everything started from, and that's the proposal phase. As you can see, this is in 3D. This is not the actual building, though it looks very similar, but this was the planning phase. That's how the building is gonna look, and that looked great to me. That's a 3D. That's the front of the building. Yes, so this building contains in it 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, 2 balconies, an office, storage space, a gym, 2 living rooms, and an open kitchen. We also have a laundry room and an electrical room. This is from the top. We did not put a basketball court there though, as I am not a basketball player. I play soccer.
Yes, so you guys, just saw the 3D on my screen, so you have an idea as to what's involved in this house that we are talking about. Now, I'm also going to dive into the estimate. This is not the cost of the building. It was an estimate, and that estimate changed. I wouldn't say drastically, but it changed. Like additional 20% cost came in there because during COVID they printed a lot of money and we experienced some insane inflation as it's still happening to this day. So let me share my screen with you and let's look at the BOQ. This is an estimate, keep in mind guys.
This is known as the bill of quantities. After the architect finished the detailed drawings, they know how many doors we need, the length, and the size of everything. So then they go in and give you an estimate, and that is known as bill of quantities, BOQ. And that amount is going to change as time goes on because of inflation change. Let's dive into it. It is 34 pages, and I cannot go through everything because it's just too long and it's going to take a lot of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking at the summary for each stage, and it is in Ghana cities, and at the time we use 5.4. So to get your dollar amount, you just have to divide it by 5.4, and I will help you guys out with it with the math as you are watching this. I don't want you to go on your phone and be distracted, so I will be doing the math for you, so you just have to listen. All right, so I will go all the way back to page 1 and scroll all the way down. I'm going to be skipping over the tiny stuff, but this details everything. That includes everything from clearing the site to everything you need to know. So I will be getting to the summary sections to save us some time here. The summary: swimming pool works, as I made a video about this not long ago because I'm closing down my pool, and that was just here you can see, right, it was 5.41. This is, yeah, we are looking about close to $11,000, and I think inflation came in and I actually ended up spending, I think, a little bit more than $11,000. Landscaping works cost me 8,100 Ghana cedis. So when you do the math, it's a little bit over $1,000. So when you look at the landscaping works, it cost me 8,100 Ghana cedis. You can just divide it by 5.4 if you want to know. I'm not gonna keep doing this math. So pavement works, which we changed, so that cost me more money. We did not use pavement works. We did stem concrete. As I mentioned in my other video, with this stem concrete is more expensive than pavement, so that this price here changed as well. And then the fence wall I already had most of the wall done already, so it was more of like plastering work and Also they had to put up the electric fencing. There is electric fencing that people put on their walls in Ghana to keep themselves safe. You cannot go over that. There is an alarm system, and it will shock you to death. So that's a fence wall price there, but it is not the entire wall. I already had a wall on the land, as you could see in the 3D design phase. When my architect visited the site, I already had the wall in place. He just made it nicer and put some metals in for the look, the aesthetics. So there you have it, and this is subtotal for these four lists that I just talked about, and that gets dragged all the way down here for our total main works, which is the actual building. Everything else was external, which I just went through, and the main works cost me 905,899 Ghana cedis, and external work, as we just talked about, give us 97,824 Ghana cedis. If you bring that down, we're looking at 1,000,000 plus Ghana cedis, plus some professional fees, and that brings us to the total, which is 1,073,984 Ghana cedis. And there you have it, is the total in the estimate. This is not the actual price, guys. This is the estimate. That's the total estimated cost in USD. And this US dollars, that was $198,518.
Looks like we've been playing around for quite some time now. We got a 3D out of the way. Now we have an estimate. Now let's look at the actual cost of the building. So in the actual cost of the building, I'm actually going to break it down. I have the full cost, which includes everything from my gym equipment to the fridge to my furnitures and the foam, everything you need to know. Like fully furnished, I just walked in. Though I added some stuff to it later on. This is literally like a complete house. Let's dive into the screen.
Total cost of everything that went into the project. Everything you see here is the actual cost. The only thing that was not included in this is the works that I did after, which I shared. That's like your own work, like I brought flowers in and all that stuff, but that's up to you later. To add your own personal touch to it. But this is the actual cost, shall we? The actual cost is I had to make my final payment 6 months after the project was completed, which was June. So December I had to make my final payment for this amount that I held on to. This amount, $9,129. I was holding on to that amount for defect, but it's included in the price. So I had to first of all send the architect this amount, $26,235, and this money is insured, and that's how the project was started. And it was a loan to the architect to mobilize, and as I move through the stages, I deduct it when he bills me, and that's how the whole project got done. So you can go down with the phases, it was grouped and all the way down, and there were some extra costs. So the extra cost, there you have it, $23,844, and this extra cost include some lighting that I picked later on. The jacuzzi I had a simple bathtub. I added more ACs to it. It went from 6 to 10. I picked some more expensive stuff, like the talent prices went up like crazy during COVID, because I was still bidding during COVID, and a lot of other stuff which came in as extra. That's why I was telling you guys earlier in the BOQ that it changed. So this extra cost does not reflect in the BOQ. So in total, I paid this for construction, and that was about $208,000 and some change, as you can see here. And before the architect came in, I've already bought the land. I did some of the wall already, and the drawings and the permit that I paid was not included, and so you allow $20,000 for that, and you could leave it as that, so you probably have like $228,000 and some change for the for the construction. But then I did some extra stuff, right? The extra stuff, you gotta add the $9,000 here for the architect. and then you have that. But this is the actual amount. This is the amount that I spent, and that includes everything. $305,513, and that's the amount that I spent. That's the total amount that I spent, and that includes everything. You know, I bought Bosch appliances, all bought in Ghana. Built-in microwave, oven, fridge, dishwasher, dryer, you know, wash and dry, hub, you know, extractor, and I spent 8,000 and some change to buy this. You can see the amount here. And interior design and furnishing, I furnished, it was a big house, you know, so I furnished 4 bedrooms, an office, 2 living rooms, the balcony, and all the curtains, everything, you know, is included in this. And I also included the solar, which I made a video about not long ago. So you can look at the total here, and you can go through these numbers and do your own subtraction and arrive at what, you know, you prefer or whatever. But that's the amount that I spent. I spent $305,000 and some change. That's the amount that I spent. So you can go ahead and subtract, you know, what you don't need, you know, and you don't have to worry about it. But for the construction phase to see that it's done and it's looking good, you could easily add, you know, this $20,000 for the land and wall and permanent drawing, because that one is it comes before this. You gotta add that to it. And also remember, I subtracted this 9,000 from it, so you can add that 9,000 to it again. And if you disregard all this furnishing down there, which has its own total of like 50,000, almost $51,000. If you disregard that, then you can easily just take the $305,000 that you have here and subtract my 50,960 out of it, and there you have it. It's about $255,000 for construction if you exclude all the stuff that I have here. But this is the amount that I know I spent, and I still spend more money later on, which I add to this video. Like the pergola was not part of it, and then I bought some few pots and, you know, plants. It wasn't much, you know, some tiny stuff that I added to it because you gotta keep upgrading your house. But this is the cost that I think is relevant to you guys. This is what you guys been asking for. This is the amount that you can expect to spend on a house like this in Ghana, considering the land price varies, right? So I'm in a developing area, and I bought my land a long time ago, like in 2016, and I think I spent about $6,000. So if you are somewhere in East Legon, this number could be totally different. Transaco, totally different. Osu, totally different. So you might want to look at this land price. If you have the land already, then you don't have to worry about that price, but you do have to worry about the wall and the permit though. So it's all relative. Once you finish building, there's always something you want to add to the picture. The pergola was not part of the actual project, but it came in later, and that was an additional cost of 10,650 Ghana cedis, and I believe the exchange rate was about 5.8 at the time. So if we do the math, it was to bring it back to dollars, we would get $1,836.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna share all these 3D and estimate and cost without actually showing you guys the finished product. So I will share a few pictures with you guys, and these are some of the pictures. I did make a video detailing the whole construction process. I put all the pictures together, so you will see from them digging the ground all the way to the finished product. If you haven't seen that already, check it out. I hope this video really helped you, you know, get some idea as to how much you can expect to pay for such a building in Ghana. And I will be sharing more valuable information on this channel as time goes on. So if you've not subscribed already to the channel, kindly do so, and hit the bell so you can get notifications as I will be posting videos every week. And thank you guys. You know, until next time, my friends, be legendary. Peace.